Hey everybody, Esteban here with a really quick X32 tutorial for our Manoa people. I want everybody to know how to set up this board just in case we have some things that are wrong with routing on Sundays or anything like that. So here we're running a digital snake with our X32. So down there on stage, there's a digital snake, and I'm going to show you all that in a couple of minutes. And what we do is we're routing each individual channel here on that digital snake. So there is nothing really plugged in. Those are the outs, but there's nothing plugged in on the ins here. You see that? Nothing plugged in. We are using this cable right here to get all of our inputs, okay? So let me go downstairs and show you what that looks like. All right, so here I am downstairs, and this is our little rack right here. So we have a couple of the wireless mics, or all the wireless mics, and we have our digital snake here at the bottom. That has all of our inputs plugged into it. And all those inputs are on stage here with our floor box, okay? So I'm going to show you a floor box in a second. We also have these blue Ethernet cables here. Those are our P16 monitoring systems for the band, okay? So that all just sits down here, and I showed you a cable upstairs. It's going to be impossible to see, but behind that box, the other side of it, there is the same Ethernet cable, and that plugs into that digital snake, and that's what's running all the inputs upstairs. So now let me show you our floor box and how it's all labeled and how it all works. Okay, so this is one of our floor boxes here at the church. We have about 5 or 6 of them scattered along the stage. This one is on the right side by the piano. And as you can see, there's a couple things here. First, we have numbers on top, and we have a label on the bottom, okay? So the numbers on top, those are the numbers that correspond to where this XLR is plugged in on the digital snake, okay? So 11, 7, and 9, those are the 3. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, why is it like that? It looks a little weird. Okay, I did it like that because the bottom thing, that's what is normally in channel 11 upstairs on the soundboard, okay? So channel 7 is normally ACG, which is acoustic guitar. Channel 9 is normally the loop and pad. Now, lately we've been doing a bunch of different stuff with routing, so these kind of labels at the bottom aren't really correct anymore, so I may take them off and just have the 11, 7, 9. Right now here, channel 7 is not acoustic guitar. It's actually going to the keyboard, so this is line going to the keyboard. So what we have to do is upstairs, we have to take channel 7 and put it on the keyboard channel, okay? And I will show you how to do that right now. All right, so here we are back at the soundboard, and now I'm going to show you guys how to configure a specific channel. So, like we said downstairs, channel 7 over here is normally acoustic guitar, okay? That's why it's labeled like that downstairs. But today, we need to make sure that channel 5, which is the keyboard, is selected on channel 7, okay? So here's how we do that. We have all these selectors up here. We need to select the keyboard channel, so we're going to go up, hit select on the keyboard channel, okay? So now you see keyboard is selected. Then we go over here, screen, and we got to go to config, which means configuration. So we go down here, we hit page, and we page over. All right, now we're at the config, and you see this little source guy right here? That's what we're going to be turning, okay? So actually, it's already correct, as you can see. It already is on channel 7, which is what we want. But I'm just going to show you. So you can just scroll literally up and down, and all 32 of the digital snake channels are here able to be selected, okay? So obviously, let's say that the keyboard was plugged into channel 5 on the digital snake, we would select it here. But in this case, it's just plugged into 7, so we're going to keep it at 7, all right? So there you go. That is how you route floor box, D-snake inputs, and make sure that they come out on the right things on the soundboard. All right, so now we're going to go a little bit more in depth with routing and talk about routing for the P16 monitors, okay? So that's a little different than the routing we just talked about. It uses the same inputs, but there's a different screen to go to routing. So let's go to that different screen. So if we go down here and we hit our routing button, okay, it'll come up with this screen, which shows a bunch of different things. So if we want to change what everyone can hear in the monitors, we have to page over here to this ultranet, okay? So I'm going to hit the page. We're going to go over to alternate 1, 2, here we go, alternate. So now you can see this page is specifically for our P16 monitors. And as I scroll down here, it shows what is currently in every single channel, okay? So I am going to keep it the same, but just to show you how to change something, let's say we want to take this piano and we want to make it, I don't know, an acoustic guitar. So how we would do that is we would go over here, scroll down to direct out, okay? And now this is going to show us all of the channels that we have to send to the P16s, and that would be these guys, right? Because remember, the channels are still the same, okay? So currently, it's selected on channel 6, which is the piano here, and as you can see, channel 6 is the piano here, okay? So let's say we want to change it to the acoustic guitar. We want another acoustic guitar. I don't know why you'd ever want this, but we're going to do it anyway. So we got to go over here and see what it is. Channel 7, then we'd go over here. We'd assign it to channel 7, and then you push in, boom. Now 6 is acoustic guitar, all right? Cool. So I'm going to change it back to B channel 6, that way it's piano. And there we go, so now it's back to piano. Okay, so normally on this board, I try to run things 1 to 1 as close as I can, which means that, you know, channel 1 is channel 1 here, is channel 1 down there, there. But some things get messed up just because we do move around stuff on stage like that. The keyboard is sometimes up there, and electric guitar is sometimes over here, acoustic guitar is sometimes over here. So that's why it's very important that we just kind of know how to route everything and know a little bit about the monitoring system to get that all together, and so that everyone knows how to work on that.